Once upon a time, Okonkwo lived in a small community in Anioma. He was known as the richest man in his community, with different animals, crop reserves, and the largest yam barn in his community. His vast wealth grew on him, and Okonkwo began to live a life of arrogance, pride, and seeing himself above every other person. This affected his relationship with everybody in his community because of how he treated them. Even his own family was not spared from Okonkwo's arrogance, because when they encouraged him to get married and start a family, Okonkwo yelled at them and embarrassed his kinsmen by chasing them out of his compound. Even when his friends invited him to community functions, like the age grade meetings, Okonkwo ignored them and scorned that he had other meaningful things to do with his time. Everyone who tried to call him to order was insulted in one way or the other by Okonkwo. At this point, everybody decided to avoid him and his arrogance. He began to live an isolated life and only cared about his business and his wealth. One day, Okonkwo decided to expand his business, so he traveled to Oka to purchase some raw materials for his new business. A few days after he traveled, the community was attacked and people's property were destroyed, and the rest were carried out by the hoodlums. While the community was being attacked, everybody rallied and helped each other to save their remaining properties. But no one even bothered about Okonkwo, so Okonkwo lost everything he had. When he returned home, Okonkwo discovered that he is now a poor man, and he had lost every single thing that he had labored for. This made Okonkwo to become depressed, because even while the community heard about what happened to him, nobody cared or bothered to come and ask him how he was faring. Seeing that nobody cared about him, Okonkwo decided to commit suicide. He took his rope and went into the deep forest to kill himself. As he began tying the noose around the tree branch, a twig fell and hit a nearby large pot. Okonkwo began to hear a song echoing calmly from the pot. The song was saying, "Odogwuna renu njede, Odogwuna renu njede, Odogwuna renu kwe madamu na ngede, ebe nọ na-echere chi njede, Odogwuna renu ngede." Okonkwo thought he was being haunted by spirits, so he ignored the song the first time. The song went off loudly again. Odogwuna renu njede, Odogwuna renu njede, Odogwuna renu kwe madamu na njede, ebe nọ na-echere chi njede, na nne m amụọ njọrọ tụfee m n'ime ịkpa njede, na nna m amụọ mgbọrọ tụfee m n'ime ịkpa njede, Odogwuna renu kwe madamu na njede, n'ebe nọ na-echere chi njede. Okonkwo decided to climb down and look around, only for him to find a crippled man inside a big pot. Okonkwo went and asked the crippled man what he was doing inside that pot. The cripple began to narrate his story by repeating his songs. After he was done singing, he turned to Okonkwo and asked him why he wanted to kill himself. Seeing that he was one of the richest men in their community, Okonkwo shrugged, bent his head, and began to tell his story and how he lost his wealth to hoodlums that attacked him and attacked the whole community, and nobody came to his rescue. The crippled man looked at him in disgust and scolded him. He told him that life is wealth, and so far he is breathing, he would always recover everything that he had lost. Okonkwo stood up and went back home. He called his entire community, his kinsmen and his age mates, and he apologized for his arrogance. He also told his kinsmen that he's now ready to get married and that they should help him search for a good woman. Moral lesson: nobody is an island. Everybody deserves help in one way or the other. So we should learn to accommodate every other person, no matter the status we have in the society.